Hello there, welcome to the channel, maybe, possibly, hopefully, welcome back. So we're doing the same thing that we've been doing a lot of recently, which is polishing up the fuzz sounds that we've got going for us with the Jackson Audio Modular Fuzz. We covered the goat's head. We did the fuzz page mark 2, getting those sounds nice and precise. Always room for more work, of course, but and here we are with the very first module that we used, the I'm sorry, what's it called? The Fuzz Classic Vintage. There we go. The Fuzz Classic Vintage. There is a Fuzz Classic Modern available, but not one that we've got, sold separately. And basically we've been having a lot more fun with the other ones because they're a little bit more intense. They have kind of their own character more than the this Fuzz Classic Vintage. I'm going to have a hard time remembering that every time, I think. So, this could either be the short beginning of us realizing that it's probably not going to go anywhere for us, and then moving on to the last module, the Modern Fuzz, to get that one well tuned. But it could also be the beginning of actually getting this module sounding really special and unique. This this could be a long session or a short one. We're not sure. So let's dive in and see. What we're gonna do first of all is have a play around with the volume, because unlike the Modern Fuzz, the Fuzz Classic Vintage has got a volume thing on the module, a little volume trimmer. So we're going to see where that goes. We may also be able to bring in the octave circuit and use that to make things interesting somehow. As yet, unknown. But basically we have the boost of the octave circuit, we have the gain trimmer on the thing, and we've got this guy. So we're going to see what we can do with it. And we're taking our standard approach that we've developed. We've got the sub-bass sample from the contrabass clarinet here, and we're going to work from the bottom up. If we can get a sound that we like, something that's a little bit more maybe aggressive or volatile, then the module is on its own, or as is, then maybe we'll play around with the EQ stuff. But for the time being, what I'm also going to do is I'm going to turn off the sentry so that we can hear line noise, because line noise has seemed to be a good indication that we're getting places. Let's dive in. First of all, actually, let's boost the volume all the way up and see if we get any line noise at all. I should mention, if we do get to the EQ, I've got the Q maxed in for these three. These guys, I've got set the frequency trimmers for the treble and the bass. I've got set to the second T from the bottom. This gain circuit I've got set at first X from the top. So I am noticing that with everything turned all the way up, the fuzz circuit on, we're not getting any line noise. So that's not necessarily a bad thing, but it's an interesting thing to note at the beginning. So let's turn the octave off, turn that to a slightly other place. Bring this back to normal, and let's see what we get with the gain circuit from the back. Fascinating. I do not know where that came from. So the reason that we were getting nothing from feedback was because the fuzz circuit was not in the signal blender loop. Excellent. Let's put that in and see if we can tame that wildness a little bit. Ooh, we like that a lot. I mean, obviously, we don't want that for public performance, but it's a good sign. So, okay, that's ongoing. Okay, that appears from just above first T from the top. No. Yeah, just below second T from the top. Wait. No, sorry. Just below first T from the top. Awesome. There's still that line noise in there. Let's see what the... There we go, good old Sentry. However, let's... Yeah, okay, if you take it down to X, that's... Okay. Is the Sentry on? No, it's on. Good. Okay. So just below first T from the top. There we go. Okay, so there we go, just below first T from the top. Now, let's see how that sounds. Yeah, that's pretty great. Okay, we're going to give ourselves a little bit of line noise and see if that makes much difference. Okay, that's just above first T from the top. Yeah, let's avoid the baby seals crying. There we go, first T from the top. Still seems to get it a little bit, but... Okay. And the Sentry cuts that for us. Okay. I mean, it is somewhat generic compared to the others, but we turn the volume. Fuzz is all the way up there. Oh, are we getting line noise then? No. So it does seem that we get quite a bit of line. Get something by adding the we definitely get something by adding the octave circuit there. Okay, so this with that set up definitely seems worth developing. Yeah, I mean, volume seems to be in the right place there. I mean, we certainly don't want to add any more of the gain circuit. So yeah, let's accept that volume is good, and octave, yeah, that's very interesting. Let's just have a quick listen to what it adds without the fuzz, when it's just like what kind of boost it adds. Oh, obviously some. So without it, the signal is not audible. Okay. Okay, I'm curious what would happen if I pushed the volume really hard here. I mean, I think we already tried that. Yeah, there we go, that's... Okay. Okay, at like 1 o'clock there, it seems to that the sentry is just covering the line noise well. Let's have another listen. seems to cut. Seems to cut some of the high end. Quite enjoying that. Let's see if we can get away with eighth there. Barely. Okay. Okay, so that's interesting. We have used the octave there to give us some new kind of effect, which is very nice. I do like what that does. So basically we would have the fuzz on all the time, and then we would be able to put on the octave. Okay, let's hit that again. This time I want to hear what the octave sounds like on its own. I'm quite curious about that. Ooh, that's great. Nothing special, really. With the fuzz. Okay, very interesting. I'd like to hear that with the other samples, actually. A comparison. So this is the bass, range, the bass sample. Start without the octave. Okay, so it seems that it's an effect that really only affects the low notes. It's something that really only affects the low notes. Okay, let's try the low mids sample. Okay, interesting. So it does seem to have an effect on the mids. doesn't seem to have much effect on the bass. Definitely makes a difference with those low notes. Very interesting. Well, I think I prefer it with the octave thing on there. I think basically what we're doing is, yeah, adding more interest to this most basic of fuzz sounds that come with the modular fuzz. Okay, let's just do that one more time, I think, because I want to hear it one more time. Yeah, neither of these is bad, but the octave just seems to add that extra bit of punch. Well, great. Let's see about some EQ now. Let's start with some mids, seeing as they're the easiest to fiddle with. Let's find a nice frequency for them to sit at if they're boosted. And we will take things back down to the sub-bass range. We are, for now, I think, gonna leave the octave on. Yeah, that makes sense, because that adds the colour. We will do some comparison though. Do we need to bring that down a bit? Okay, it seems that that's interesting. Definitely something coming from the octave pedal. Oh, wow, what's going on here? This is fascinating. Amazing. Very interesting. Let's see if there's anything else like that. Wow, that's super cool. I think maybe it's because, no, it's not because the octave is in use. Okay, wow. So if it's boosted, This is wild. If we back the fuzz off a little bit, it's not so prevalent. Wow. Okay, I get the impression if we were to play with the trimmers at the back, we could create even more variation there. But even with the fuzz backed off a little bit, it's still there. Wow. Fascinating. And it is definitely to do with the range that's boosted. Oh man, this is so cool. This is super cool, but it's also kind of unpredicted. Let's listen through the sample a little bit more. Let's just look at the ranges. So, okay, we can boost it all the way, but okay. So it is related to the level of the fuzz. Do we want to sacrifice the level of the fuzz at all? That's a very good question. So let's have a listen and see if we're willing to bring the fuzz down at all to make that a little bit more easy to tame. Okay, yeah, I think that I want to just have the fuzz all the way up. So that means we'll be using these guys mostly to cut things, maybe? Interesting. Okay, we're going to have I think we did agree to leave the octave on. Without the octave, do we still get the same thing? Yeah. Okay. Awesome. So we're looking at cutting things. Bass we can boost though, I guess. Like, that doesn't seem to be causing any problems there. So bass we can boost if we really want to. But not so much with the mid and the treble. Let's see, where does it start to become problematic for the middle? Okay. Okay. So we can boost it a smidge. Does it make that much difference though? It's not really dependent on the frequency. Does it do that for the... It's different, but it's still the same idea. Okay. Well, in that case, hold on, let's... Okay. I'm not sure I actually have the energy right now to cope with this unpredicted situation. So, I think what I might do is leave it for the time being. What I would be interested to hear, though, is how cutting some of these things changes things. Okay, I think that we may have discovered a hidden gem here. Yeah, this is really awesome. I'm really glad about this. Even if I don't necessarily have the concentration. Let's do a little bit more cutting using these guys. the bass. Back to unboosted. Interesting. No, I don't think we want to. I don't think we want to cut the bass. For more of a sculpted sound. Okay, so I think that probably what we want to do is to think about boosting the bass a smidge and having some creative sculpting, cutting away with these guys, the middle and the treble. But that's a really interesting discovery. I'm really enjoying that. That's great. Well, I hope that's been as interesting for you as it has been for me. I have been really very pleasantly surprised by that. I did not expect this to become the rabbit hole that it has. Not a rabbit hole I have time for right now. I'm afraid. What is it? The rushing bunny that Alice follows. Oh dear me. Well, thank you for sticking around, assuming you have, and hopefully see you again. Stay well, and take care.